pride of the gate.
Bless them with the strength to endure.
What's this
and the
now?
courage to resist. So may it be.
You see an old...
Whatever you want with this idol, I prefer we make it quick. Not sure I'm comfortable catching Miss... Commune with her as you...
Mistra. Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating. The amount you've offered proves your faith and devotion. You may now pray here once a day for a divine blessing. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The mistress of magic blesses you with an enhanced attunement to the weave. Praise her.
A hero at heart.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Mistra's idol stands before you as silent as the goddess herself. You're not sure what you expected. After all, she's not deigned to speak with you for some time. If your refusal to detonate the orb did not get her attention, perhaps pursuing the crown will. But until then, it seems you are on your own.
What to do?
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. Worth a shot?
You feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Seluna welcomes you. An trust in the... As a moon-bathed cleric, this is your moment to bask in her lunar light and imbue your spirit with her majesty and grace. The amount you've offered proves your faith and devotion. You may now pray here once a day for a divine blessing. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold, white light of Seluna fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
Let's get going. Sharp as ever. Heading out. Still alive. So that's progress. Don't waste a step. Out of sight, out of mind. Breathe deep. Move. Wonder what's past this. Carefully. There's a trap. Something good here, I hope. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Викарию Скромнопалу. Лично запись показаний. Отчет составлен офицером. Девелла и Фонтейнхед показания предоставил. Викарий Скромнопал содержание показаний. Свидетель вернулся в Киот около полудня после совершения уличной проповеди, что подтверждено другими гражданами. Свидетель заметил на центральном алтаре окровавленное подношение, отрубленную руку. Осмотрев ее, свидетель заметил прикрепленный к руке кусок свитка со следующим текстом: «Убийство снова будет благочестивым». Комментарий офицера: «Благодарю за показания, викарии. Пока нам не удалось опознать вышеупомянутую руку, но мы подозреваем, что она связана с другим расследованием, которое мы в настоящее время проводим. Мы отправим к Киоту для патрулирования кулака. Десница Фонтейнхед».
Can't risk being in open view.
Дорожайший герцог Портир, я безусловно понимаю, что мы живем во времена непростые, и секта Абсолют — чрезвычайно опасная угроза для всех нас. Однако, я отказываюсь записывать все молитвы верующих в Киоте при любых обстоятельствах. Это попрание всякого доверия паствы нашего славного города, доверия к самому религиозному учреждению. Я глубоко оскорблен вашей просьбой. И потом, пергамент нынче дорог, а молящихся к нам приходит много. С приветом, негодующий викарий Скромнопал.
Just out of view. These boots have seen everything.
Step carefully. There's a trap. Step carefully. There's a trap.
What's hiding here?
Trap. Be cautious.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
Амулет Кликуши. Очень редкий высокое заклинательство. Вы получаете бонус плюс 2К испытаний против заклинаний. Божественная воля. Вы получаете дополнительный заряд проведения энергии. После использования он восстанавливается во время долгого отдыха. Ота — волшебник, который позже присоединился к могущественной тайной организации «Круг восьми», обожал амулеты. Доходило до того, что друзьям приходилось просить его не шевелиться, иначе ничего не было слышно из-за постоянного звяк-треньк-бряканья.
Since we arrived in the city, I can't help but feel a little anxious. But I'm not sure I know why. I don't think it's what happens if we fail that concerns me. We'll be beyond our worries at that point. I think what bothers me is what happens if we succeed. I've never been able to write my own future. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Well, I want to save my parents, of course. Take them away. Far from Shah's influence. Someplace peaceful. Away from the city, perhaps. I did, after I was abducted. Perhaps if we survive all of this, a fresh start would be for the best. I was going to save the best until last. But to put your mind at ease, yes. I want to share everything that lies ahead of me with you. If you're willing, of course. Then it sounds like I have everything I need. More of life than I'd ever imagined possible without Shah.
Light on my feet.
Careful, I bite. On my way.
Blackets will be done. Quickly then.
What's cooking? If you insist.
Time to push my luck again.
Taking position.
Well struck.
Bleed for me.
The corpse has enough.
Never wanted the easy path.
The corpse does not.
What can I do for you, my friend?
How can I help?
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
You sleep, but the wicked don't. Someone is here to disturb your rest.
Get the hells away from me!
Master needs all 7.
Moving in. Breathe quiet. Move with care. Defender of the people. All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I know her.
Actors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredation.
Very well.
The guard is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
Gortash, an archduke. Saw him once at a distance. Looked like too much of a pipsqueak to fill those boots.
I would love to have seen Gortash's coronation, but I would have to have skipped the after feast. I'm on a strict diet.
You want the who's who and the what's what? Speak to Karis. She's always got the best goss. None of it's been wrong yet. Action, not reaction.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Both the gossip and the gazette have been drier than the Anaroth.
Now don't believe anything Kate over there tells you. She's an awful liar.
Don't waste a step.
La la la, dee da dee dum dee dee, bum bum bum.
The Roses of Eliant. I may work for a hard-hearted rat fucker, but I still keep a song in me heart.
When I think about the poor refugees starving in Rivington, I could just weep. I believe I'll drown my tears in another brandy.
Vincent here is a wastrel and a scapegrace, but he does amuse me.
So glad you asked, Edvard. No, a bit too early. Mr. Neal.
And you're what the price of bread.
He's delivered, yes.
Welcome, traveller. Remember, this ain't the blushing mermaid. It's the elf song. So behave yourself. That's right. And a lonely job it is too. When you're the muscle, no one thinks about your heart. Very funny. Go on inside. We're looking for comedians.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
The steel watch don't. They're guards.
Let's see what's to be said.
Welcome, traveller. Remember, this ain't the blushing mermaid. It's the elf song. That's right. And a lonely job it is. That's just rude.
No one's stopped me yet.
As long as they do
When my
their job.
break comes, I'm going to play with the action cards.
Moving in.
I don't care what the law says.
City's got noisy, eh? Refugees everywhere. Archduke? Lord Gortash is a trifle young for that, don't you think? Not that anyone cares what you think, or me for that matter.
That puffed up parvenu, Gortash, an archduke. However did they find a crown big enough for his head?
Refugees everywhere.
Are you funny enough to cause a laugh riot? Come on in and challenge the house comedian.
Well, well, look what the bugbear dragged in. Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached. We did, didn't we? Never thought I'd begrudge being alive. Alas, I've got nothing in my pockets but lint and disappointment. Back in the Grove, I'd have taken you up on that. But my situation has changed somewhat. So how about this? Alan puts swill in the bottles, but I know where he keeps the good stuff. Here. You saw nothing. You heard nothing. I need to get back to work before Alan throws a fit. But stick around. You brighten the place up.
Your Eminence.
Ставки сделаны. Встретиться с Лакрисой во вратах Балдура.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair.
I'm going to play with the...
Drink, dance, and sing. Tuna Earth's residents are known to partake in all three.
Break time.
Substantially.
Heading to the roof.
Is
Fill
that
your own
so?
drinks in the meantime.
I assumed there to be little time for frivolity amongst all the fighting.
Eternity is long, Gale. Long enough to pursue endeavors beyond combat. Githyanki writes symphonies, craft liquors, paint frescoes. When they aren't in fierce battle with Geich, of course.
I wonder if this was brewed with my barley.
Grand Duke enough?
Многочисленные исчезновения вызывают беспокойство. Внезапное землетрясение сотрясает население. Тонет ли счетная палата глубже с каждой золотой монетой? Может ли ваш супруг оказаться тайным сектантом? Новое состязание в эльфийской песне. Попробуйте засмеяться последним. Дом старины Гарлоу захвачен вандалами. Пикшу некуда девать. Лепите рыбные котлеты.
Why did we need an archduke? Wasn't a Grand Duke enough?
Hello, old friend. Oh, so I assume. I used to know everybody around town, but now I'm a new man. A worried man, a playwright who'd lost the will to write. Now I worry no more. Can't write a word? What does it matter?
Тоска снедает ваше сердце? Ярость затуманивает разум. Хотелось ли вам когда-нибудь отделаться от всего, что вас сдерживает в этой жизни? Это возможно в доме печали. Облегчить свое бремя означает переродиться. Приходите, и мы поможем вам раскрыть себя заново.
You talk about the honor of your order, but what about my honor? I made a deal.
Stug, if you want to join the Vigilant Knights, you have to quit beating people up.
I'm supposed to bust up this guy what owes money to Uktar of the Guild, but Gerva says if I want to join her order, that's a no-go. But I already took the money for it from Uktar, so I gotta follow through. It's like an oath or something. And I know you understand oaths, Gerva.
What am I going to tell the Vigilant Knights, Doug? That you're knee-breaking for goodness?
Helmsgaze, you sound like a guild lawyer. You must think I'm pretty dumb. And maybe I am. Because I'm going back to return Uktar's money. Don't wait up, Gerva. It might take me a while to crawl back home with 2 busted knees. Still here, stranger? Me too. Not yet ready to face up to what I have to do, I guess.
Just one more, Stug, and then we'll go. See you, stranger.
Of course I heard about it. I hear
Because I had you. How do you address an Archduke? Your Excellence? Your Eminence?
If it were up to me, I'd replace all the flaming fists with steel watches. At least the big teapots don't make lewd suggestions when you pass by. They smell better too.
Are those pickles from?
As far as I'm concerned, Lord Gortash gets the benefit of the doubt. Until he does something obviously wrong, he's got my support. We can't afford to be squabbling with the absolute crawling up our asses.
Just between us, I don't believe everything I hear from Archduke Gortash. He's entirely too slick to be trustworthy.
I've been thinking about it. No, I feel bad about all them refugees, but we just can't let them flood into the city. We'd be overwhelmed. In fact, that's probably the Absolute Army's plan.
I sure wouldn't want to be one of the Flaming Fists. They got the shittiest job in town. Believe me, I know something about knocking heads together.
From one warrior to another, I must say, it's just embarrassing the way the Flaming Fist lets this murderer go around killing people and getting away with it. They used to be capable enough, but they've gotten slow and lazy. Corruption makes you soft. I'd start a special crime unit. A half-dozen hard cases. Grab some likely losers in the back alleys and beat on them until we got some answers. Commander Portier says she already has some investigators she trusts. Soft-talking namby-pambies, I'd wager. But when they fail, and they will, count on it, she knows where to find Dame Gizarm. And then it'll be my turn.
A new Archduke? Fancy. Never had one of them before.
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men puff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. He's protected by his steel watch for now. And Orin will have her own defenses, should we choose to play the part of Gortash's bloodhounds. We cannot expect either of the chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. I have. And while I do not love my conclusion, that does nothing to change it. The Harpers are the city's best information network. With them out of action, we shall have to fall back on second best. Nine Fingers Keen.
A name known and feared throughout the city's underworld. The mysterious Keen runs the guild, which in turn runs every criminal enterprise in the city.
Nine Fingers is much more than a thief. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't learn of sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking. Ask it. You speak of a battle more than a century past. Baal's minions led us through a maze in the Undercity, older than Baldur's Gate itself. We paid little mind to the path ahead, let alone how we might return, or that we would return at all. Still, the Undercity shifts. We might search down there. Or better yet, find a ballast to lead us.
How do you address an archduke? Your Excellency.
Drink up, Blas. We're celebrating. If you won't drink with me, I bet this stranger will. Right, stranger? I'm Clovia Throaks. Pleased to meet you. Our son Gaspar has finally found himself a proper job.
Aye, security at the Steel Watch Foundry. But I still wish he'd taken up the family business.
Now, Blas, you know Gaspar never had the patience for all the stitching a tailor has to do. Sewing rabbit-skin cloaks? Well, that's all right for some, I guess, but not for our Gaspar.
No, our Gaspar preferred hanging around the guild hall. I was afraid he was going to end up as a guild bone breaker.
Good thing I introduced him to darling Tamia Holst. She straightened Gaspar out, found him a place in the foundry. Perceptive one, aren't you? Blas, plum bubbles may have gone to my head, but I guess it's time to tell you. I'm leaving you. I'm starting a new life with Tamia. I'm going to sell the business. The money we used to start it was mine in the first place. I'm afraid that's it for Throaks for Cloaks. Oh, dear. The bottle's empty. Let's have another and talk about it.
I think I need to take a walk. In a minute.
Roger Gherkins. This was real time.
City's got noisy, eh? Refugees everywhere.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over. The city always wins. There's always some hero that saves the day. It's the way things work. Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
В кои-то веки горячая пища. Получить полный пансион в таверне «Эльфийская песнь». Все для ветеранов. Заплатить за комнату в таверне «Эльфийская песнь».
Welcome back. What can I do you for? Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Boleyn Stelmane. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope. It's been slim pickings since the Absolute butchered that supply convoy. But have a look. Going to make this place famous.
Gortash, Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I hear he's moved into the penthouse at Worm's Rock. That place must cost a fortune. Per diem? How do you address an Archduke? Your Excellence? Your Eminence?
Правила таверны. Выпивка только за наличные. Платить бармену. Интимные услуги за деньги не предлагать. На пол и на стены не плевать. Из других миров никого не призывать. В стенах таверны не драться. Все разборки. Снаружи. Нежити и призракам вход запрещен. Нам своих хватает. Требуются искатели приключений для опасного и выгодного предприятия магистр Лараакан, архимаг Откатлы, затворник башни Рамазита, ищет храбрых и предприимчивых индивидов для исследования опасного храма, поисков легендарного артефакта, песни ночи и доставки его на хранение во врата Балдура. Принимаются к рассмотрению лишь заявки от обладателей храброго сердца и острого ума. Вас ждут почести, слава и огромные богатства.
Pardon me, sir. You look prosperous. I'll bet you have someone who'd like a nice piece of jewelry at discount price for a good cause. Escape. Escape from Baldur's Gate for my husband and me. Lord Gortash wants Marek's head, so we have to get out. There's a smuggler's sloop leaving for Waterdeep with 2 berths left. But the captain wants a fortune for him. This necklace is all I have. I don't know what to say, except thank you. Thank you so much.
The cellars are just down the stairs. There you will find my old lodgings.
Ridiculous. I just want to bury my little girl in peace.
Halt, Civvy. Turn back. This is an active crime scene.
Hold on, Thornhill. I'm tired of standing here. Devella's been up there for ages. Some diversion would be welcome.
Constable Devella said she wasn't to be...
Investigator Valeria outranks her. As you were, Civvy. Fair warning, though. She's in a foul mood.
Your Excellence, Your Eminence.
Thanks again, stranger. We'll mater guide you.
Do you dress an archduke?
Then consider it yours, love. You are a...
Your Excellence?
I wonder if this was brewed with my barley.
Time to start the stirred say, I guess. Stellmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Crime scene not open to public. By order of the Flaming Fist.
Гостеприимство эльфийской песни, общее обучение в таверне, эльфийская песнь, собирательство давно ушло в историю. Чтобы приобрести припасы для отдыха в лагере, достаточно подойти к люку раздатчика.
Scratch's tail wags enthusiastically. Scratch's tongue lolls out. Camp life seems to suit the young elf.
Пропоя Балдуране песнь, что город основал, но золотой его чертог ему ловушкой стал. Явились мертвых бога, 3 рабом его поднять, и древний ужас вновь идет пятою мир попрать. Надежды нет, но даже так не кончилась игра. За стол садятся новички, им карты сдать пора. Друид, мошенник, дьявол, гид, какой им будет приз. И обернется чем для врат удачи злой каприз.
Still me, even after everything.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit.
Call out, but there is no answer. The staff operate the dumbwaiter at night.
Come to bask in the glow of the...
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Soldier? Is something burdening you?
Since we arrived in the city, I can't help but feel a little anxious. But I'm not sure I know why. I don't think it's what happens if we fail that concerns me. We'll be beyond our worries at that point. I think what bothers me, I've never been able to write my own future. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Well, I want to save my parents, of course. Take them away. Far from Shah's influence. I'd like room for animals. Lots of them. All shapes and sizes, so long as they appreciate a warm fire and more affection than they know what to do with. I want to grow flowers. I want to be surrounded by colors every day. I'm tired of darkness. Yes. I want to share it all with you. If you're willing. Then it sounds like I have everything I need. More of life than I'd ever imagined possible without Shah. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Of course.
I thought you'd...
Let's talk.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. One grand victory may not be enough to absolve a host of small failures. That is where true leadership lies. Not in winning a single vast battle, but in fighting 1,000 smaller ones. Making 10,000 difficult decisions. Finding balance where none seems possible. Day after day. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The shadow curse occupied me so entirely and for so long. I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Yes?
Alan says I have to what? I'm sorry, I didn't know we had God's damned royals staying with us. Can't this wait till morning? Oh, fine. Right, you. Food? Supplies? What do you want? Uh-huh. Because people order from the kitchen in the dead of night to be polite. Now, what you want? Enjoy your night.
Need to find a way forward.